Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. Just bear with me. I'm just finishing up the last of the pre-flight inspection here, checking out this wing. And underneath it, making sure everything looks good. I checked out the other side, everything was good over there. This is the Edgeley EA7 Optica. This is a British light aircraft and it's designed for low-speed observation work. It is a helicopter bubble with wings. It really was intended as a low-cost alternative to helicopters, believe it or not. The Optica has a loiter speed of 130 kilometers per hour. That's about 70 knots or 81 miles per hour, and a stall speed of 108 kilometers per hour, which is about 58 knots or 67 miles per hour. So everything's looking good and secure in the cockpit. Everything's good. Pup is all set and ready to go. One last look on the other side. Everything good here. Let's check the other side. Everything looks good. Nice quiet day. So we're here at Skerry's. And Skerry's is what they call an archipelago of islets. And some of them are inhabited. It's located in Shetland, Scotland. Locally, it's usually called Das Skerries or just Skerries. Most of the place names have a Norse origin. Let's see, we are all set to go here. We're looking good. Let's start up the engine. Alright, good to go there. Let's go ahead and taxi up to the runway. So there's a number of shipwrecks around these islands, including some Dutch vessels, and they were carrying wood which was actually salvaged and used by the islanders for their houses. Some of the gold from these wrecks was found as recently as 1960. Some warships also around. And during World War II, because it's so close to Norway, the islands were of very high strategic importance. And they were regularly used for landfall for Norwegian boats carrying escapees from the Nazi occupation. And as far as the Sims itself goes, I mean, look at the fences and everything here. This is going to be one of the most detailed and one of the most really look at the stone walls. We got the barbed wire fencing here. We got the everything about this island is just incredible. So we're going to tour around it once or twice. We're going to check out the Kofsey Lighthouse, and then we're going to land. About 70 people live on the two main islands. Actually sounds like my kind of place. There's a fish processing factory, a community hall where dances are held, and we'll see as we go over there are I'm assuming they're fish hatcheries, the big rings that are in the harbors and the locks and so forth. Right, should be good to go here for a nice takeoff. It's a little windy, but that is not at all unusual for this area. And it's kind of nice because it'll make the ocean look a little bit nicer as well. Fishing boat there. You can see as we come up here, you can see the rings down there. I have to assume that those are fish hatcheries. I can't imagine. They're all over the place. And I know that there is a lot of fish-related business up here. I mean, there's a fish processing factory. So they must, considering there's only 70 people, you know, they can't be doing all that fishing for here, so it's got to be going other places. So they have a lot of rare birds here. I think there's about 2 stores, a church, a police station. Not very much. The soil is very thin and it's infertile. It's all rocks. You can see this. And look at the way they did this for the sim. They really made some beautiful scenery here to fly around. And yeah, so it's very infertile. So there's rigs where they heap soil for better cultivation of potatoes and carrots. But the main industry is definitely fishing. There is some sheep farming, but not as much. And you can see just some really incredible rock formations. And up here on the left, well, we got some more fishing there, but up ahead there, we'll be coming up to the Cove Sea Lighthouse. So this lighthouse is located on the outskirts of Losimont on the Moray Firth coast. This is voted one of the most breathtaking coasts in the world in a National Geographic Traveler magazine survey. And you can imagine the views that you would get from this lighthouse, considering the views we get by flying around it. And I guess there's an RAF base nearby, and there's actually military aircraft flights during the week. It really is an incredible, incredible airport and island to visit. And I know that we're going to have the helicopters, for me, as of 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Sim Update 11. Final release, as well as the 40th anniversary. DC-3, helicopters, helicopter support. Oh man, the Wright Flyer. I'm anxious to try that one, because that one they flew actually lying on their stomach, which I should be able to recreate with my VR headset. So that's going to be kind of fun to lay down and fly that thing. And I'm sure we'll be able to fly it a little further than they did. But anyhow. This must be the fish factory here, I'm thinking. It makes sense to me that would be the fish factory. It's got all the stacks on it, so I'm thinking that it would be, but maybe not. I guess that could be, yeah, I don't know, that's kind of a big building, but I don't know if it's big enough to be a backup fishing factory. But you can see they really did a nice job here with the piers and everything else. Containers on the road in different buildings. So we go back out here. We're going to circle the lighthouse one more time. Then we are going to come in, and from this angle, that big rock that we're passing right to our left is right in the flight path. So I'm going to stay to the side of it until the very last moment. I'm not going to go over it and then try and drop. I'm not a big fan of that type of approach. I would much rather do it a little bit from the side. Come in that way. So this is the latest Nvidia graphics driver. I released a video on that earlier. It's a minor revision update. We went from 526.47 to 526.86. I have seen some frame rate increases for sure. I have seen some definite improvement in the performance. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, nice. All right, and it's been a good driver, and I am still running the Sim Update 11 beta. they did 2 releases of the beta, and this happens to be the second or latest release. And again, the latest Nvidia graphics driver, which was released today, 10 November 2022. 40th anniversary and Sim Update final release tomorrow. There's a website that lists the times. I know that for New York East Coast time, it'll be 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. I think some place it's going to be at the same time for everybody. Excuse me, it's just the time zones are different, so that's why. But for me, it'll be 11 a.m. Carefully over here on by the past the stone wall. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna come up right between these 2 buildings. I'm not gonna try and get the Optica in between them. I don't know for sure if it would fit. It'd be close, but I'm just gonna line it up to get a nice view of the harbor with the fishing boats. And that'll be it. So yeah, out Skerry, awesome place to visit. I'm really anxious to come back here with a helicopter personally. So, not to mention a whole lot of other places. Alright, thanks for watching everybody, and we'll see you in the skies.